Hello, how you guys doing? My name is Miracle Kowser. I am a new author, almost close to a year now. My book is called Left for Dead, God's Unexpected Miracle by Miracle Kowser. You can purchase my book on Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, as well as you live in the DMV area. I also sign signed copies. I'm trying to get my story to surface the world because my rights, it don't feel like I have any rights in the United States. It's like I've been looking for a lawyer for 10 years now to sue the hospital, Mid-Star Washington Hospital Center. This hospital told me I was not pregnant, kept sending me away, told me I was crazy, basically didn't give me any medical treatment whatsoever. So we're said and done with this. I wound up losing both of my jobs. Ballpark National Stadium, working for Nationals, and Papa John Pizzas on Alabama and Pennsylvania Avenue, Southeast DC. Due to me being pregnant and didn't even know it, and it didn't show in my blood or urine, wound up losing my job. So one day I was rushed into the hospital. It was given a special sonogram in the year 2008 on June 16th. I was rushed into the hospital by ambulance. They gave me a special sonogram, and that's how I knew I was pregnant. I didn't know the whole 9 months. When they gave me that special sonogram, I actually seen 2 babies inside my stomach. Big is, I don't know what, ready to come out. And I started crying tears of joy. See, because the hospitals told me I couldn't have kids because when I was gang raped when I was 12 years old by grown men in the government care, my body was damaged. And they told me I was damaged. I couldn't have kids. But see, God blessed me with a set of twins. And it hurt me to know that I was pregnant with twins and I only received 1 child and 1 was stolen. How do I know this? Because once again, on the sonogram, I seen 2 big babies in my womb. On the way, leaving the sonogram room, the doctors came in saying they had to rush me to labor and delivery because I wasn't going to make it. So I said, what do you mean I'm not going to make it? So I said, okay, well, let me call my family. Do you know they snatched my phone and confiscated it? I never known a hospital to take someone's phone away from them and refuse to let them call their family members. Right there, I knew something was wrong. So while they're wheeling me out the hallway to go to the elevator to go to labor and delivery, if you look to the left of the hallway, it's a long hallway. If you look to the right, it's a long hallway. So me coming out, I see photographers and cameras flashing. So I'm like, what's going on here? So I look to the left and I see a celebrity in the hospital standing and looked me in my eyes. I looked her in her eyes. I'm like, oh wow, I see a celebrity, like happy. And then I was rushing to labor and delivery. Now, if any mother that's on here that come across my video that had kids and had an emergency C-section should know that when you having a C-section, you're not supposed to be put to sleep at all. Anything can happen, so they keep you up. And remind you, I was 10 years old when I was pregnant with my first child, and I had my daughter at 11 years old. So if I'm a child having a child, and I can watch my whole entire C-section, then why I couldn't do it now? It just don't make sense to me. And so basically, the doctors over-medicated me, they put me to sleep against my will. And God woke me up in the nick of time to see what I need to see the second time. Now, the second time was the doctor pulling the first baby out. The baby was crying. I woke up to see that doctor walking out the room with that crying baby. I tried to lift up off the table and they pushed me back down. They said, we're not finished with you yet. Then they pulled my other baby out. The baby that I have now, which is Malik. And he is 10 years old. 10 years old. And it's been 10 years I've been trying to find a lawyer. And I finally get a court date to go against the hospital. And today I get a phone call from a lawyer saying that she represents Mid-Star Washington Hospital Center and she's filing for dismiss of the lawsuit. No. Lord, please don't grant these people no dismissal on this case because, see, stuff like this needs to be heard. I'm not a racist or anything, but black people basically never stand up for themselves. They've been so brainwashed all their life, they refuse to stand up for themselves. And me, as a black woman, a single parent of 2 special need kids, I'm going to stand up for myself. I don't care if I was wrong. I don't care if I had drugs in my system. I don't care, because it's my child. I carried that child for 9 months, and I should be able to have my child. Now, I do have medical documents saying my newborns, meaning plural S, meaning more than one child, were healthy. Then I have medical documents in my son's medical records that says infants circumcision went well, meaning more than one circumcision, correct? Then if you Google his fetal echo heart rate, which I Googled it because I'm not a nurse or a doctor to see what it means. And his fetal echo heart rate was 165 to like 195. And when you Google that, I read articles of other mothers saying they had twin boys with that heart rate. And then people that had 135 to something had twin girls or girl and boys, something like that. But I looked up on all this stuff. And then it should have been an automatic lawsuit because... Stop, Malik! It should have been an automatic lawsuit for them signing for my cord blood. My umbilical cord with the cord blood still in it. It's not my signature. That's somebody else's signature name. Who would sign for my stuff? Who would need my stuff? I guess the people would need it who took my child, who stole my child and adopted him against my will. I guess you guys will need it because you guys took him away from his mother and you don't know if he have any medical complications. So if he does, they can use that cord blood to heal him or find a way. See, I've been reading up. I've been investigating for 10 years now. And I refuse to let this go away. If they file a motion to dismiss, I'm going to march my black butt right back down there to that court building and file another lawsuit until I get my child back with me. He is separated from his twin brother. I'm hurting so bad. Every day when I wake up to feed both of my kings, both of my boys I have, I look at my oldest one and just know that he's supposed to have his other twin standing beside him. It's going to take 2 of them to handle their baby brother. He is very strong. He is artistic, lovable, caring, kind, and he has an anger problem when he can. Those temper tantrums will last for 2 hours and a half at least. You know, and especially when we go out on outings and to the grocery store, he wants to try to run towards the street, try to throw himself on the floor, try to knock stuff over, actually try to break stuff up. I mean, I've been working with him with his anger, and I'm trying to get it under control. You know, I just know that I want my child back. I want my story to be heard and told. God is good. If my book starts surfacing the way it should be, then it will become a movie, because it's a true real life story of every detail of my life. Every detail of my life, an autobiography. It is true. So please take the time to go purchase my book on Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble. Let the truth be told. Let the truth come out. And when I was talking about them stealing my child, you know what they did to me? They kept putting me on psych wards, on a hospital, abusing me, raping me, beating me, trying to scar me for life. I'm already scarred. Let me heal. That's all I'm asking for. Let me heal. Let me get my child you guys stole from me. That's all I want. It's my child. So he can be reunited with his family. He has 2 brothers. He has 1 twin, 1 baby brother with autism. He has a big sister that just turned 26. He has 2 beautiful nieces that he never even met yet. Please help me get my child home. I was reading up on another article. I guess God put it on my page for a reason. Another young woman from Florida had a baby, and she was young, you know, and a lady came in the hospital and put on a gown, a doctor's robe, and came in there saying that she needed to take the baby for shots. The mother said, okay. The lady walked out that hospital with her baby and took that baby all the way to North Carolina and raised that baby until she was 18. And then by the daughter trying to get a job and she needed her social security card and birth certificate, she kept asking her mother, where's it at? And then her mother had to really come out and tell her, look, I don't have it. I stole you out of the hospital. That's that. So, and she went to the FBI, the police department. And basically, she was already in the database. Because, see, she already named her child. Me, mine's is different. Mine's didn't show my blood or urine. So, it's no track record of me being pregnant. But only track record I have is me being rushed inside that hospital and I gave birth to my son. You know, but that don't give nobody a right to take my child. All I want is my child back. I don't want to wait 18 years. It's been 10 years already. I just want my child. I want to live my life. I want to be happy. I want to be free. I want to be able to open up to have a relationship. I'm actually scared to have a relationship. I'm scared to have a man in my life. I'm scared to have a woman in my life at this time of moment. You know, because I've been hurting so bad. Like, I've been trying to cope with this, and I cannot cope with it. God's been giving me strength all this time. But I don't know how much longer I can take. I've been looking for lawyers for all these years. And one incident was they've been snatching my kids also, trying to put them in foster care. When I start talking, they want to put them in foster care. I thought they only supposed to take your kids away from you when you neglect or abuse them. No sign of neglect or abuse, but they keep making me fight to get my kids out of the system when I didn't do anything wrong. It's just not making sense to me. And also, the second time they snatched my kids is when I start posting all over the internet about my child that was stolen at birth. I start posting that. My house got broken into as we were at church and my son was singing on the choir. On a Sunday, we leave church, we go out to a restaurant, then we go to the mall, go shopping. On the way leaving, we get a phone call from my home security department saying, hey, are you guys okay? And I said, we're not home. What's going on? And she's like, well, we have a burglary in progress. And I'm like, okay, well, we're not home. They said, we're going to send the police immediately. I said, okay, we're all the way like 25 minutes from my house on the Maryland side. So remind you, we doing the speed limit. We have to stop at red lights, stop signs, all that, etc. So it took us like 25, 30 minutes to get home. By the time we get home, no police in sight. My son went, took the bed out the car, unlocked the door. And for you to have screen TVs, electronic equipment, surround sounds, DVD, Versace mirrors, all that stuff. None of that stuff was stolen. Only thing was stolen was something that I could have missed out on. But being as though I've been building up evidence for 10 years now, I had built my evidence up strongly. So when I started looking through my stuff, I see my birth certificate, my baby boy's birth certificate, my daughter's birth certificate, social security card, medical records. But the only thing missing is Malik Hauser's. Why? Why was all his stuff missing out of my house? Somebody took it. Obviously, somebody's trying to hide something. They're not trying to let the truth come out. Then Star Washington Hospital Center in the year 2015 told me to write up a report and bring it up to them, and they're going to investigate. I wrote up a 2-page letter. I took it to the hospital, and I gave it to them so that they can investigate. So during this investigation, less than a month, I get a call from Joe Lanaut, the big man of Administrative Review Department at Star Washington Hospital Center. He tells me that I'm crazy. I never had a baby there. He also told my therapist this too. Now, how can you tell my therapist that I never had a baby there until 2013? 2013 will be my baby boy. He is 5 years old. So, once said and done again, if I never had a baby there in 2008, Why do we have medical documents in front of us, Mr. Joe Leonard, saying that her infants and newborns were healthy? Why did he hang the phone up on my therapist? I signed a medical release of information 4 years ago. My therapist probably got that less than a week. Why did she just get the records recently, a couple of months ago? And why was half of my records missing? And where's the sonogram picture? Sonogram picture nowhere to be found. But if they say I never had a baby there in 2008, then why do we have medical records? Why is my son named? Why is his birth certificate on MedStar Washington Hospital Center? Why is his name on paperwork from MedStar Washington Hospital Center? It goes to tell you that I'm telling the truth. My sonogram picture is nowhere to be found, which I paid for it more than one time, and it was excluded from my paperwork. So, if y'all tell me y'all never gave me a sonogram, you had to give me a sonogram in order to put me on an operating table and cut my stomach open. Like, come on now, don't take a rocket scientist to know I'm telling the truth. All I want is my child back. Then they killed the doctor. Okay, during this investigation, I wrote the letter up. Lorraine Gillian, the doctor who did this to me, was at that hospital for years. In 2008, after she did my paperwork, she vanished the very next day. It was gone for years. I kept snooping around and snooping around. Every time they bring me off that psychiatric board, I'll go back out and I'll still fight and I'll still try to get more and more information that I needed. So with said and done with that, Lorraine Gillian, I have an article on her as well. She's the doctor. So when I kept calling for her, they kept trying to say who is this and all this and that. I try to give my false name or whatever, try to get a little information. She wound up dead in her house. Like, really? Like, she had no natural causes. Why is the lady dead? She had no natural causes. She was healthy. So that's some type of Illuminati shit. They killed her ass off so she wouldn't talk. But Lord knows the truth has to come out. Because what's done in the dark shall come out to the light. And I'm just praying and hoping it comes out soon because I'm hurting. And it's time for the pain to go away. Time for the truth to come out. Truth shall set you free. Give me my child back. Please, you guys, buy my book. It is on Amazon, Barnes, Kindle, and Noble. It's called Left for Dead, God's Unexpected Miracle. I also wrote music as well when I was a child, when I was behind bars. I wrote music. Being as though I didn't know anything about copywritten. Basically, reggae artist by the name Patra, called the Dancehall Queen, got rich off of my music. I wrote that whole entire album, and she got rich off my music. She fell off. She's not even making any more music. I wonder why. So, for those who love music, I also have music in my book. Also, 2 songs that's copywritten. The first song tells you my life story. And the second song is like a clapback song on Patra for getting rich off my music. So, yeah. Get the book. It's worth your while. Trust me, it is.